All right. And let there be light. And there was light. And see if this is going to start. Hopefully it starts up here soon. For it to go live. And we are live. Hey, everybody. It's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down and do a video for you guys and gals. Let me give you guys forearm shot before I get started. I got back from a painting contest a little bit ago. You guys can see on the Facebook page how I did. Took best newcomer and third place in the overall. My Warhammer painting. All right, let's get over though. Give you guys again a forearm shot. Let's talk about a topic and then we are going to answer your questions because you people have tons of them. Okay, so Eric Bugenhagen. A bunch of people have pointed out lately he's been clowning these evidence-based people. He's been clowning Milo Wolf and so on and so forth. Okay, here's the thing. You have to compare results. And it's not like the Boogs doesn't have an education in exercise science. Keep that in mind. I want people to keep that in mind. He actually does have a background. So look at his results, the information he puts out versus guys like Milo with a PhD who put out that good information, to be perfectly honest. Okay? Now, and I'm not saying the anecdote is everything, because people can say gear, genetics, all that. Absolutely. Boogs is strong. Dude's jacked. But more importantly, because people ask me that. They're like, well, what do you think of his information? I've never heard him say anything about training that I particularly disagreed with. And in other words, he does a lot of entertainment stuff, but when he actually does talk about training, I, as someone with 25 years of experience, I, as someone who coaches, you guys have seen me put up my lifters with 600-pound squats, 700-pound deadlifts. I have shown them on this channel. So let's not pretend that I don't know what in the hell I'm talking about. I generally find that when I hear Boogs talk about training, I kind of nod and go, yeah, this dude knows his shit. Does it mean I agree with every single last thing he says? No. But is his information generally correct? I'm going to say yes. Okay. And let's set aside the fact that the guy has got phenomenal results, because in exercise science, that is your litmus test. And I remind people of that. Okay. Exercise science isn't applied science. Test your hypothesis under a 500-pound back squat. It's kind of important. There's your litmus test. So, the way I look at that for all purposes, the Boogs has got every right to clown on these people who have advanced degrees and PhDs, but they're smaller and weaker. All right? They're smaller and weaker. And I mean, quite frankly, some of these guys, when they have a t-shirt on, they don't even look like they lift. You put them in the shirt I've got on right now, they don't look like they lifted. I'm almost 50 years old by comparison. Okay. Maybe someone like the Boogs should be clowning on some of them. All right. Wait, did I read that comment right? Was that Deep Purple that I pulled a pew pew on? I hope it was. Knocking on my door and then not leaving when I tell you to get the fuck off my doorstep. I think people get me a little bit twisted. They get me messed up with somebody else. I hope that really was him. That's funny. I know exactly, because that's funny, because I know exactly who that you're talking about. If that was the case, dude showing up in a mask. Do you want to take his mask off? Oh my gosh. Um, that is funny if that was one of my trolls that actually showed up. All right. And it wouldn't leave when I said, get the fuck off the doorstep. Oh, you guys are something else. All right. But back to the point, guys. There's everything's Bob. Why would you think anything's not okay, dude? All right. Let's get over and answer some questions. What size shirt do you wear? I wear a large. Right? I wear a large. What's your thoughts on feeder workouts? I don't think about feeder workouts at all. Think about feeder workouts at all. You got any other questions? I mean, not to speak ill of the dead, but Rich Piana's training methods were not particularly, that great. He was used grams and grams of gear and tons of site enhancement. Whatever happened to client Doug? What do you mean? Like, do you want to know about his personal life? You don't get to know about his personal life. So I'm just not going to answer that. Are Doug and I still in contact? Have we ever made friends? Yes. And that's as simple as that. But when you guys ask whatever happened to a certain client, if I'm not displaying them, that's their personal life. That's not your business, right? Again, what they're doing behind the scenes isn't your business. I put in public what clients are okay with me putting in public, and that's it. And anything else is coach-client confidentiality. All right. Noah said, I did a 515 behind the back deadlift today. My first time trying it because of Bugenhagen. Love that guy. I'm not a huge fan of that lift, but it's all good. Thoughts on Tom Platt style leg day? Is it worth potential multi-week DOMs? What do you mean as a Tom Platt style leg day? I noticed you got a new vein on your right bicep. Yeah, that little side one. I'm continuing to get leaner. We're making gains. We're getting leaner, getting more vascular week after week after week. Max says Eric has been awesome lately. I mean, dude, I've always I've been favorable towards the boobs. Okay. Curious as to why you don't ever T-bar row. Why would I T-bar row? What does the T-bar row possibly bring to the table for me that I don't get already? Do you think that my back is lagging compared to the rest of my body in some way, that I need something different? Just food for thought. I don't dislike T-bar rows. I just don't think they're particularly special. Do squats and deadlifts increase waist size? Not really. You know what increases waist size? Cupcakes. No, Doug didn't fire me as a coach. Doug is not doing his lifting really serious at the moment, though. He's got other priorities in life right now. Keeping in mind, guys, Doug is actually a personal trainer too. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. Like, Doug had 5-6 years of personal training experience and certifications and stuff before he even hired me. Just an FYI. Although, I mean, he will talk about the progress he made. We did an hour long back and forth in a video. It's on this channel. HBAR, if I needed it as a variation, but it's just not a variation I'm particularly fond of. It's not one that I really use or like. right? But if I needed certain stuff in my upper back, there's upper exercises I would use. Like if I needed more separation or something that I wasn't getting, like for physique purposes, there's other stuff I would do. But I don't feel like it would be better for overall development than a normal barbell rep, which is what most people are using it for. At 10% body fat, what do you think your arms will tape? I don't know if they tape now. Zachary says, you're looking freaking enormous in that shirt. That is saying something, especially considering that you're lean. And therein lay the point with some of these evidence-based guys. They're in a t-shirt and they don't look like they lift. This is a problem. Okay. That is a problem. Because I look jacked anything I wear out in public. I should almost put up some stuff of me out at an event today. And if people be like, you're jacked, even in a button-down shirt that's not tucked in. And boot-cut jeans. Yeah. And therein lay the problem, guys. These guys, if you don't look jacked in clothes, you're not jacked. It is that simple. It is that simple. Matty O says, if you are to cook live, what would be, I'm not going to cook live. What would be the number one exercise to increase the standing overhead press? The standing overhead press. What's a good rule of thumb for grams of protein a day? For what purpose? For gaining muscle, about 1.5 grams per kilogram of body weight. Thoughts on Ozempic for lifters cutting if their doctor is cool with it? Right? Would you look jacked in a raincoat? I don't know about that. Noah said, actually, I found the behind the back deadlift easier in my lower back than conventional. My max on that is about 635. I appreciate all your content, brother. You know, guys like Bugenhagen have inspired me. Yeah, dude, if you're pulling over 600, then you're obviously strong. So nobody can talk smack on that, man. Good job. And hey, man, I appreciate those kind words. I appreciate the support. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Let's get rid of these trolls. All right. Those arms have to be pushing 18 inches if they aren't already. I don't think they're that big. With Ronnie Coleman's old suit for you, dude, Ronnie Coleman was like 300 pounds lean. Shut up. Dude, I'm 206. I'm 206. Benny Watts says, Coach, I just pulled 500 for the first time in 6+ months. Is deficit deadlifts for 5 good for back offsets? Yeah, I think so. Best angle to do close grip bench, just do it flat. Do it's fine, do it flat. I mean, you can mess with other variations of inclination if you were so inclined. Pardon the pun. See what I did right there? All right. Or do you mean something else when you say angle? The angle of the dangle is directly proportionate to the heat of the beat. All right. Coach, how much shoulder movement should I do for hanging leg raises? 90 degrees too much? No, man. Go ahead and just get your torso parallel to the floor. Do you think handstand push-ups are worth incorporating into a routine? No, not really. My back says, is it true that Emma had a noticeably stronger posterior chain than Michelle due to both of them pulling through 15, limited without? No, not necessarily. Keeping in mind Michelle's levers. Michelle is super tall. Okay. That is going to affect her technique and form. Mike says, Jason, have you been watching Milo Wolf recently? He is starting to walk back his stance on the importance of a lengthened position. Well, it's about time. Let's see. All right. Hip thrust versus squat. What is better for the glutes hypertrophy? I don't think one is better than the other. Levin says, hey, Jason, are you feeling worse because of the cutting? No. Thoughts on Kinobody saying that protein overfeeding is overrated and that fasting is the real key to body composition. What do you mean? They're both valuable tools. How do you deal with women who won't stop hitting on you in public? You can walk away, dude. All right. Matteo says, what's that? Yeah, I'll talk to you about that after, but I could get you to delete those comments. What? All right. Take a look at my PFP. It's Warhammer characters in AI form. What does PFP mean? All right. My back says ways to improve front delt strength for bench other than incline bench. I already did that. Overhead press. You could do front raises. Do you ever consider loading your ab exercise like using ankle weights? No, because I hit the rep ranges I want. Exquisite says, do you think your body fat percentage is maintainable? I feel like I can get leaner than I'm at now and maintain it. Do you think spider curls are worth doing? I think they're good exercise. I see no reason why spider curls are not a good exercise. It's not what I choose to use, but I think they're perfectly fine. Coach, is it better to try? Corona, hire me as a coach. There's your girl solution. That's it. All of your girl problems and questions will be resolved if you hire me as a coach. All right. Francis says, can I build big legs and stay injury-free without heavy deadlifts? Yes. Dean said, I thought squats were better for growing glutes and hip thrusts, even though you haven't hip thrusted, blah, blah, blah. Dean, why are you asking me that? I don't understand the question. Did I give some indication that I was planning on doing glute bridges? I don't understand your question. That just seems random, extremely random. Why not bring back the headset? Oh, because I'm not listening to anything while you guys are here. You mean this headset? All right. No, I'm not going to say where client Jordan trains. All right. My back says, do you still believe in plate front raises for front delt strength? Yeah, absolutely. What are the best exercises to be better at strength? Cardio, ab work, squats. Saudi, hire me as your coach and I will solve all your women problems. I don't answer woman problem questions. And here, hire me as your coach. That will fix everything. You'll father 100 children. All right. Matt says, do you generally prescribe higher reps on isolation lifts for clients versus compound lifts on a bodybuilding plan? I don't understand your question. Please ask it a different way. Are you a PUA coach? No, I think PUAs are generally scam artists and losers. All right. And if you follow red pill type nonsense, I hate to say, you're probably a fucking loser. All right. And if you're not, you will become one purely as a result of exposure to it. All right. Francis says, is power clean a good measure of strength? It's a good measure of power. It's a good measure of power. I don't know that it's a good measure of strength because it has too much of a speed component. All right. I'm blue. I don't really know exactly what blue pill means. I'm just familiar with the whole manosphere that call themselves red pill. And it's essentially a bunch of guys who don't know how to talk to girls and they get upset about it. That's what I've determined. All right. who obsess over weird things. All right. And yeah, and you should avoid it at all costs. If you actually want to get laid, just completely avoid anything red pill or manosphere. No, I shouldn't have to make a video on how to talk to girls. Ask your dad, ask your grandpa. And then they're probably going to slap you for being stupid. My back says how to not go crazy over blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to give you advice on that. My back, hire me as your coach, and it will fix all of those problems for you. $300 per month. Hey, I have 3 slots open. So if you're having any sort of girl problems, hire me as your coach. Did your dad teach you? No, I hired myself as a strength coach, and it resolved all of my girl problems. See how easy that is? Mike says, Jason, I remember you said you shared your clients with other clients sometimes to encourage healthy competition. Do you still do that? Yes. That was more of an ironic question, making fun of the incels in the chat. Saudi says, how much sex should a healthy man be having for optimal training daily? All right. Bob, did you go to bars to pick up? No. Bob, hire me as your coach and I will fix all of your girl problems. I have 3 coaching slots open. They are $300 per month. Send an application in here and I will resolve all of your problems by taking you from dad bod to daddy. All right. I'm going to get tired of saying that eventually. All right. Is there any good exercises for abs? Cable crunches don't work for me. Yes. Plate crunches with weights, weighted crunches. You could do hanging leg raises. Okay. Saudi, I have 3 coaching slots open. I will fix all of your girl problems for $300 per month as a strength and conditioning coach. All right, Bob Bonson says, do you think uphill sprints will significantly help with calf development? Yes, I think they will. I think sled work, I think sprinting, all of that can help improve calf development. Absolutely. Do we get a refund if it doesn't? Why would you have a problem and need a refund? No, I don't give refunds ever on anything for any reason. I have a 0 refund policy. But since you guys trust me so much with your girl problems, you know that I have the answers. So hire me as a coach. It's already a given. You guys wouldn't ask me if you didn't trust my expertise. Other than calves, what is Michelle's biggest weak point? Physique. Gosh, we're digging really deep into that. I don't want to go into specifics of each little individual thing. We go over that in detail. We're working on different things like tricep long heads are kind of important. Getting more separation in her chest is important right now. So yeah, a lot going on there. But yeah, calves are something we definitely need to bring up. We want to work more on her like VMO and everything in her lower quads because her rectus femoris has been growing a little fast. So we want to balance all that out. There's a lot that we're working on because she's not just trying to have a good physique. She wants a pro card. Okay. All right, Saudi, I've already answered all your girl questions. We're not answering anymore. I'm just going to ignore them from now on. You mentioned you do painting in another live streamer you like Bob Ross. Exquisite. You can see my whole Warhammer folder on the Facebook. And I just did a painting contest today. And these are my awards. Okay. All right. Cool. Excellent. So since I know who that was who came to my door, he is going to be retained at gunpoint with his face on the ground until the cops get there if he shows back up. And he better not move. All right. Well, swapping out pull-ups for bent over rows help back thickness. My lats have always been easier for me to grow. Matt says, wait a minute. All right. Will swapping out pull-ups for bent over rows help my back thickness? Lats have always been easier. Yeah, of course, rows will help with back thickness a lot. All right, Matt says, there a standard rep range for compound lifts for clients on a more physique-focused plan, say 5 to 10 in isolation exercises? No, not necessarily. Bob, yes, I absolutely can. Oh, yeah. All right. But that's enough about that. I've given the warning, and that's all there is to it. In fact, I might feel that my life is in immediate danger. Okay. I didn't hear the crazy stuff he was yelling. My back, yes, I am. Oh, I absolutely am. All right. You know, I'm going to quit talking about that because you dumbasses are going to keep asking questions. So let's just quit. You guys can see I'm obviously banning trolls. Come on. So let's just drop the whole topic. I've said everything that needs to be said on it, given the only warning that needs to be given. All right. So can we get over to training questions now? Phil says, have you ever walked with ankle weights to increase the swing weight, almost like you said with building bigger calves? No, I haven't. Matt says, you have Jordan doing deficits over conventional or deficit deadlifts better for posterior chain hypertrophy than conventional. Not necessarily, right? Not necessarily better. In his case, we do them because, yeah, we do get what we want out of them. But I mean, for me, the others, normal conventionals, work just fine. It's a matter of what we're doing with the training. But when you start looking for, are they better always? No, it doesn't always work like that. Got to look at the context in which you were doing everything. Jason, do you plan on doing a professional fitness photo shoot? Probably. Coach, what do you think is holding you back from truly having an aspiration? What do you mean aspirational? Would you consider go bad for bulking? No, not really. I mean, only an extremely skinny underweight novice who needs it to get into a surplus. Dan says, what would be the best way to approach lifting if I'm in a deficit focus on fat loss and I'm training in a sport? Should it primarily be strength work or hypertrophy work? Let me start this over. That was way too long of a question. What would be the best way to approach lifting if I'm in a deficit focusing on fat loss and I'm training in a sport? Should it primarily be strength work or hypertrophy work? It needs to be both. It sounds like you need a coach, because if you're not able to tackle something of that nature and you're competing in a sport, you probably need a coach to fine tune stuff. That's where you hire me. What martial arts do you recommend for self-defense in general? Fitness, Glock Fu. James says, will I need to gain weight to hit a 315 bench? I'm 220, 6 foot, and have been stuck at a 295 bench. Nope. Notice above your left eyebrow, did you split it at some point? I don't know, probably, maybe. Jason, what kind of doctor should I look for helping with hormones, an endocrinologist, or go to a testosterone clinic? How many workout apps should I download before I start seeing results? I've never downloaded a workout app. You said frequency doesn't matter. Okay, go back to the context of what we're doing with novice programs, right? Put it in context with the frequencies that you're doing with novices, with their recovery, and understand why we do it that way. Don't take statements in isolation and not think about how they apply to the bigger picture. Limitless, is there a number of fruit I can have until it starts to become too much on a cut? I don't know when it exceeds your calorie intake. Are you still fasting? No, dude, it's like 6 o'clock at night. Matt says, I work out at a gym with rogue plates for deficit deadlifts. Do you think I should stand on a 25 or a 45 plate? I'm legit 5'10" if height matters. I've seen both prescribed by other coaches. I think it depends on what you're doing. I like a 45. Unfortunately, I can't. Dan says, unfortunately, I can't afford coaching. You're able to give some basic recommendations. You should be training for hypertrophy with some focus on strength, right? You need to maintain your muscle mass on a cut when you're even competing in a sport. But Max, I don't give gear advice like that or TRT advice, so you need to go talk to your doctor. I'm not Muslim. Why would I be fasting for Ramadan? Dan says, do you think the lower rep assistance work is important on conjugate, or do you just do the max effort single speed work? Then hypertrophy, for example, 5 sets of benching after. No, I think you can do all hypertrophy work if you want on it, some of the stuff is specific to powerlifting. So if you're not powerlifting, I wouldn't worry about some of the assistance work that they do for lower reps. Is strength really important when it comes to bodybuilding? I've seen some guys who bench really low and are jacked. I haven't. Coach, I remember a while back you said training fasted was idiotic. How many years have we been doing this and discussing this different? I've been doing it this way a long time. So let's flip over to the current era and quit worrying about that. All right. Because I don't even remember if I said it that way or not. Do you still do farmers walks? As of this week, no, but occasionally, yes. Wide grip cable row and pull-ups enough for back, or am I overcomplicating it? No, that should be fine. I mean, it depends on what you're trying to do, but those are a good base. What sort of shape are your high school buddies in at 49? I'm 47, coming on 48. I'm in better shape than my bros. Are you in a good mood today? Yeah, I'm in a good mood. Just a little annoyed at some of the silly trolls in here for obvious reasons. But outside of that, I'm having a great day, right? Having a great day. My personal life is fantastic. Mike says, Jason, do you think about buying a Mars bar? No, not really. You still, I hang out with my brother, dude, my best friend. I went to high school with my best friend, my brother from another mother. All right. Twix or Snickers if on a cut. You should be eating stuff like that if you want to die. Why are you eating stuff like that? Dude, I'm running a business, man. I don't have time for vacations. I have not taken a day off in years. Dan says, if you were doing a single speed work followed by hypertrophy, would your joints supposed to be getting stronger? I was told heavy work does give you the most bone density. But keep in mind at a certain point, even sets of 10 become heavy enough to increase bone density if you're big and strong. All right. Because, Bob, I'm a squirrel out there trying to get a nut. There is money to be made every single day. Sounds like some lazy talk. Kevin says, hey, Jason, glad you're having a great day. Cannot wait to get to the gym again. Got a sleep game on point. What do you mean? I do get to enjoy it. Man, you sound like some lazy ass motherfuckers. No wonder you guys struggle to get gang. I mean, honestly, no, I'm serious. Damn. Right? Think about the questions you guys ask and then wonder why you struggle to get results. Wonder why you guys struggle to get jacked and strong. Wonder why you struggle with girl. All these things you guys talking about, I need days off from working. Damn. I see the problem now. There's a mindset problem. Bob, I get it from my dad. So all right. Dan says, would you say it's acceptable to move into conjugate style routine with 100 kilogram squat, 70 kilogram, 20 kilogram deadlift? Should I continue with novice type program? No, you could go into conjugate style. All right. Get rid of that. Is inflation affecting our gains? It might be. It might be. Also, follow me on Facebook, guys. Do you upload these streams after they're done? Will this be uploaded? Yeah, they go live, dude. They go right to the channel. Some of them get a couple thousand views after they go up. Follow, love your Facebook. Appreciate it, brother. Do you think managing a Facebook page is a job? It's a part-time job. It's part of the business model. What else we got? Jason humming equals someone getting banned. Why no stream yesterday? Were you with your bros? You got a stream yesterday. Did you check? It was earlier in the day. Bob, I'm not going to tell you how to do that in public. What's your business pitch for prospective clients? You see it. All of my clients are people who see my ads and apply. It's been that way for years. Dan says, would it be wise to have most of my accessory work done on compound lifts instead of more isolation? For example, after dummy bench, hit some dumbbell benching, rows, pressing. You could do that. I think that's perfectly reasonable. Limitless, you can watch them after the fact. Most of them get watched. I get a lot of these. They get 300 views during the stream, and they get 1,000 or 2,000 after. Corona, why aren't you making that paper, dude? Come on. telling me you could double your money. Why don't you do it and get ahead? My back is bigger. Do you still believe in the same importance of triceps for bench these days, or did when you tried to hit the 4? Honestly, I pushed triceps. I believe they were more important back then than I do now, honestly. I think they're important, but quite frankly, I think my pecs and delts are what's going to get my bench up. Well, Corona, then there you go. Due to my current imbalances, I can really only do single arm dumbbell rows and dumbbell shoulder press for back and shoulders. How effed am I? What do you mean? That's all you can do? I don't understand how that is the case. Matt, I don't even remember the mindset when I first started. It's been 12 years ago. How do you find time to be social with your insane work schedule? You sound crazy busy. You fit it all in, man. You schedule all your time. Bro, you schedule your bro time, you schedule your woman time, you schedule everything, man. You fit it all in. My back, yeah, my mindset has changed. When I learned how to make a lot better money, yeah, it changed my mindset a lot. Right? Grind, hustle, make your money, live frugal. All right. Corona says, I am saying work-life balance is important. What is life for you if you were chained to computer for phone? Corona, who said that you have to be chained to it every moment, but you don't take days off Corona, when you run a business, you do not take days off, period. That is not how it works. I know right now you're full of shit on being successful. You do not run a business. If you're telling me, oh, you should take days off from your business, I don't believe you that you run a business. Sorry. Dean says, what is it you generally don't like about high rep squatting? The fact that it makes me puke. Exquisite. Why are you asking about my personal life? Okay. Dan says, I remember a video, you should be doing hypertrophy year round. All right. My back. Do I consider myself an entrepreneur? I meet the actual definition of an entrepreneur. It's irrelevant. It is irrelevant. What I define myself as. What's relevant is what the English language defines the word as. Dan, we want me to discuss why methods have been popularized. I don't want to even try to speculate. I mean, we could talk a lot about different figures pushing them out there. We can talk about different drug cycles being part of it historically, the use of orals. There's a lot of backstory. Limitless, I don't know anything about Indonesia, sorry. Do you consider Facebook, YouTube, and coaching all separate businesses? They're part of the same business model overall. Yeah, Bob, they're crazy. Pretty obvious. No, they're not scary. They're obviously crazy. They think I'm scared. They got me twisted. Oh no. I'm sorry. That was the wrong answer. I was in immediate fear of my life. I'm sorry. I am absolutely terrified and in immediate fear of my life. I had no option, Your Honor. Okay, sorry about that. I broke character there for a minute. I am terrified for my life. Swear it on the Bible. All right. But back over to the point. You know what, Saudi, I'm going to get rid of your goofball ass. We're done with you. Bye. I don't care what sort of rules they have in your country. Nobody cares. Explicit, I don't have to convince them of anything. I already have a big enough track record with the police documenting all of it that I'm good. I'm good. Open and shut case. When you stayed in the UK, that was Aries. How is your wear and tear from training now compared to your mid-30s? Is there a significant difference? It's lower now, dude. The wear and tear is super low with the training I do at the moment. Like everything feels really good. My tendons and joints don't ever hurt. Again, why do you think I train the way I train? No, I've never had a pec tear. Do rear delt flies give a proper stretch at the bottom? Could it be better with a machine rear delt fly? Just deep enough. What is your favorite type of cat? Usually the pink type. I like cats and dogs both. I mean, they're just different. Let's just get rid of this guy. How much would you do a coaching seminar for? I don't know. I guess someone would have to pitch me an offer. See, I don't have an answer because that's negotiable. Here's the thing. If I give you an answer here, then people think that they've got leverage. So if someone wants to hire me for a coaching seminar, we need to discuss it. Oh, 10K, absolutely. No problem. I thought I was going to want to lowball me. Yeah, dude, you got 10K, pay up front, I'll do a coaching seminar. Thoughts on wide grip rows for rear delts? They can be useful. Have you ever done a public coaching seminar? No. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually have. Damn. I just forgot about it. Yep, I've done a deadlift seminar before. Just was very low key. Nordic glute ham raise or lying leg curls if regular GHR device isn't available. These are the only isolation. I would do the laying hamstring curls. Bob, I am never setting foot in Indonesia. There's about a snowball's chance in hell of that happening. You guys are silly. Because I don't feel like traveling to Indonesia. Appreciate it, Dino. I wonder why it's not letting you. Oh, well. You can actually do them as supers, though, under any of the videos. Hypothetical, which other state would you live in if forced to? I don't know. I have no idea. What's your favorite country you've traveled to? I don't know. Adriano, I live in the Houston area. You don't have to travel to Indonesia. Yeah, sorry. You do that just fine here. So where are we at? We're 50 minutes in. Where are all these Indonesia questions? I don't know enough about Indonesia to rank it anything. I don't know it. I don't care. This was a very productive stream, Jason says my back, right? Oh gosh. If I ask a question about girls, do I have to donate? Yes. And you have to hire me as your coach. Would barbell curls and preacher curls be all we need for full bicep development? Maybe in theory. These live streams are kicking my subscribers up. How do you think I broke the 114,000? They're going to push me up to 115, and they're going to push me to 120. They've been kicking my subscribers way up. Either way, you'll make a quick $1,000 off the stream. No, I'm not going to make 1,000 off of a single stream. All right. But yeah, no, the lives have done a lot for my channel outreach lately. That's why I'm doing them. They're good for business. Okay. All right. We have any other training related questions before we wind this down? I love your lives. They are entertaining and you're a good talksman. I appreciate that, Limitless. We should go ahead and wind this down. I think so, because we're not really getting training questions. So I guess we are at that point. Let's go ahead and wind this down. I hope it's been informative. Give you guys a forearm shot before we go. Love all of you guys and gals. You got it right, my back. And I'll talk to you next time.